Hey, and welcome to Coffee, Chai, and Lounge Talk with Greg and Kathy.
Yeah.
Hello, my darling.
Hey, gorgeous. How you going?
Great. So today, what I wanted to do is interview my love on his writing of Age of Peril. I know my name's on it, but Greg's done pretty much all the writing. This is Age of Peril, and I thought it would be great to introduce the author and just help you get to know a little bit more about how Greg came to write this book, how long it's taken to write this book. So Greg, how long has this book been in writing for you?
I think I started in 2007. I'd broken a bone and was awake all night and came up with a lot of the ideas as you do when you've got a sleepless night. Your brain gets busy.
Wow, so that's what, 15 years?
Yeah, it started 2007, finished it well, I'm still ongoing, but yeah, this way it's taken effectively 15 years to date, and it's ongoing.
So tell me, what made you write a sci-fi fantasy book like this?
I've always liked sci-fi. I often joke to Kathy that when we compare notes and she says, how could you not have seen Forrest Gump or whatever, I say because it didn't have spaceships in it.
That's very true, very true.
Yeah.
So that's why you wanted to write this book.
It was, that was why it came into being. But yeah, I'll think about that question for a moment.
Okay, a bit of a tough question. Well, how about while you're thinking about that, I've heard some really funny stories about Greg and his love for reading. So some of you may relate to this because you love reading. I've always loved DVDs. Give me a book in a DVD, but I'm starting to love reading. But Greg, tell me one of your really funny stories about reading and the hospital.
When I was in grade 2, I think it was, I had an appendix out, and so I was actually in the hospital, and they allowed me out. They allowed me up out of the bed after the first day, but that was back when they'd actually allow you to stay in hospital for 2-3 extra days. So I went around the corner and discovered a pile of books. It was actually a 20-meter long cupboard, 2 shelves with books this thick on every single shelf, just lying down. So I got some and went back to bed, and the next day I got some and went back to bed, and then came back and got some more and so on. So on the third day, my dad, I hear the elevator door open, and it was right at the end of all the books. There was an elevator door, and my dad and my mum walk out, and they say to me, well, Dad says to me, he says, okay, son, you ready to come home? And I look at Dad, and I look at the pile of books. I look at Dad, I look at the pile of books. Then I look at Dad and say, can you come back tomorrow? I'm pretty busy.
What child wants to stay in hospital just to read books and not rush to get home? Mr. Reader. I love that story. It's really funny. But just one more question, Greg, for our audience out there to get to know a bit more about Age of Peril. What's one of the funny stories that you have in Age of Peril? Could you tell us?
Well, the idea is that, so you've got people suffering in the book, and you have the doctor who is there to working hard to remedy people's suffering. So there's one particular little boy, Tala, who has something goes wrong with him. He actually effectively dies. He dies in an unusual way, and the doctor, or actually the doctor's son, comes along and just touches him, and suddenly he's alive. But he mixes up his speech as a result of that, so he's still quite a fallible little human being. So for instance, so he'll take the first letter of 2 words, or he'll swap consonants around. So he could take the first consonant of 2 words and swap on the other side. So instead of saying my name is, he would say my name. So he'd swap the N and the M around.
Oh, confusing.
So my name is Tala, for instance, rather than my name is Tala. So early in the second part of the book, there's 3 parts in this book, and there's some more parts to come. But he's talking to his friends at school, and what he wants to say is these sandwiches are good, but he mixes up the good and the th of these. So what he ends up saying is geese sandwiches are thud. And there's a whole conversation that he and his friends have, where his friends are trying to make sense of, does he eat geese? What's it, you know? And then it rolls from that into crocodiles and so on. And you know, because he keeps on swapping words around, and so you know, he said it means something else, but they hear the word gator. And so they start talking about gator sandwiches and so on, and it just rolls on for about three pages. It's really brilliant, I think.
That sounds awesome. I think you've got to get the book. Where's the book again, my love? Age of Peril. Don't forget, if you love fantasy and sci-fi, you love something very, very different, then grab Age of Peril. This is Kathy
And Greg. Enjoy. Have a great week.
And head to our website, gregandkathyweller.com, Kathy with a K. Once a week we'll have lounge talk. You're welcome to do some feedback and give us some new ideas of what we could write in a new sci-fi book even.
Please.
Greg would love that. Please connect with us. We'd love to connect with you. Have an awesome week and get your Age of Peril today.